black gloves are on. You know what time it is. It's Wear Your Sneakers Friday. Let's get it. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Skinny Hardaway, and this is Retro Heat Check. Checking in one more time for the real hoop heads out there. And as always, thank you all for your likes, your shares, your comments, your subscriptions, and of course your questions. Kind of made a blunder the other night. Last night was an impromptu Thursday night Q&A session because I blundered it up, but you already know what it is. Q&A with Skinny each and every Wednesday. Continue to bring in those fire questions. You guys have done a phenomenal job. I've been overwhelmed with the questions you guys have brought in from the Shekel Storm lore questions to sneaker questions to more serious questions. Man, you guys have been really killing it. So definitely appreciate you guys. Kudos to you guys. And keep them coming, man. Keep them coming. That's my challenge to you guys. Keep the questions coming. Excuse me. You already know. Hey, let's get on down to it. Got to give a big shout out to the squad. You already know these are my guys. These are the dudes that I rock with. I support them. They support me. We're all one team. We all come from different angles, different perspectives. Man, but each one is entertaining and informative in their own way. I rock with them. I support them. They support me. Hope you guys give them a chance. If you're not familiar with some of these guys, give them a chance. Tell them Skinny sent you. You already know, man. Appreciate these guys. These are my boys, man. These are my boys. These are my guys. Sports and Fitness Rants, Uncommon Sense, Scap Attack, Too Raw for Sports TV, Uncut Hoops, Angry O Hoops. Michael Jordan fans are the best. NMB Sports TV, Kobe Bryant Film Room, my twin, Phenomenal Fitness, Print Sports, Man Down Sports, Dreamers Pro, Ticket TV, Geechee Life Sports Talk, Jordan versus LeBron, Shekel Storm NBA, The Real Mind Crime, The Allen Ricks TV, and NBA Fact Self Research. Big shout outs to all you guys. Hey, I rock with you guys. Keep up the great work. We're gonna keep doing our thing. Hey, right over here in the Hoophead Haven, we're definitely gonna hold it down. Appreciate you guys for all that you do in this YouTube space. Definitely appreciate you guys. Man, I don't know what is going on with YouTube. Like I said, I'm still looking for those the new subscribers that were added to my subscription count, but for some strange reason the names are not popping up. But shout outs to you guys. Once those names finally pop up, then I will shout you guys out. You guys will officially be welcomed into the Hoophead Haven. But until then, we're just gonna rock. We're just gonna rock how we're rocking. Technically a closed door session, technically. But you already know what it is, man. You already know what it is. The black gloves is on. It's the regular season and the playoffs and the finals. The NBA season, as we all know, is over. Getting ready for the draft. Hey, still here to talk sneakers. And so I decided to make our return back to talking about some Air Jordans. I know we was on a nice streak of old school non-Air Jordan sneakers. I just wanted to give you guys a glimpse into other models. Now we will be going back to those. We will be going back to the non Air Jordan and type of Nikes and all that stuff. Might even bring out some other sneakers from other brands as well. We'll see how things go with that. But yeah, man, I decided that this segment that I like to call these the weapons of MJ, regular season weapons, playoffs, and playoff/finals weapons. So we'll have like the weapons of the regular season, weapons of the playoffs/finals. So today, man, we might as well kick it off, man, with one of my favorite silhouettes of all time. Probably one of the dopest sneakers of all time. Another Tinker Hatfield creation, another Tinker Hatfield masterpiece. One of the more well-known of the Air Jordans. Probably one of the more popular. Probably, I would say, this was the shoe. That was represented when MJ was really truly at his height, when he was reaching his zenith, so to speak, as far as his popularity and just he was at the height of his popularity, the height of his athleticism. I mean, it was just, you already know, if you guys lived through those days, how amazing those times were. And if you guys are ones who unfortunately did not get to see those years, well, you can always look back in the archives, or you can listen to old heads like myself, and we'll kick knowledge to you. So you already know what it is. But these weapons right here, this weapon of the regular season that MJ broke out in the 1990 season. Technically, it was the 89-90 season, but in the early days, just a quick little brief little synopsis. In the early days, before Tinker Hatfield and Jordan and MJ was able to basically streamline sneakers a year early, so Jordan would be able to get, have basically the next sneaker already ready to go for the following season. But in the early days, Tinker and Jordan would still wear the previous year model until um, the next shoe was actually ready. So in the 89-90 season, MJ was still actually wearing the Air Jordan 4s early in the regular season. He was still rocking Air Jordan 4s. But once the Air Jordan 5, he finally got his feet into some Air Jordan 5s. I would have to say it was like late December, early January, when he actually got his feet in them. But they actually made their official debut in February of 1990. And these bad boys right here, the Air Jordan 5 OG Fire Red. These are what I would consider one of Michael Jordan's best weapons of the regular season. This shoe right here was definitely a technological wonder, I guess you could say that at the time. A lot of new things were introduced with this shoe. The shoe was definitely unique. This shoe was definitely the hottest sneaker on the block. The hottest sneaker in the world to have was the Air Jordan 5. The Air Jordan 5 made its debut in February of 1990, just before the All Star break. And once the shoe dropped, uh, needless to say, it was a stampede. It was a shoe that was sold out everywhere from state to state. Nike was constantly making pairs. This is when Nike was still, was still concerned about having everybody get a pair instead of the exclusivity that you see today in the sneaker market. But yeah, Nike was constantly meeting and re-meeting demands. The supply and demand were truly off the chain. I mean, this shoe right here has so many new technological, advancements that definitely made this shoe a must-have. Um, so let's talk about the design of the sneaker. Tinker Hatfield with the Air Jordan 5. He said that he wanted a shoe that was basically a more aggressive sneaker. So if you look at the shoe already, the shape of the shoe is kind of like it's leaning forward, like it's coming right at you. You know, it definitely has that forward lean to it. It definitely has a very aggressive look to it, as far as the grill on the side of the, basically the wing grill, the grilled wing on the side. I mean, definitely an aggressive look for breathability, but definitely a different look. No Nike swooshes as usual with the Air Jordan line. But this was basically an updated version of the netting that was on the Air Jordan 4. This is a more of a more translucent netting, a little bit more of a thicker netting with the grill, but then right underneath it is the that covers up the mesh, the little mesh area that's underneath there. So definitely very, very aggressive. You see the debut of the toggle, the what they call the toggle system, aka your lace lock system. As you can see, this was a little touch that Tinker put in. If you look very closely, it says Nike. If you look very closely, um, should be a Jumpman somewhere in there. But yeah, this is that was definitely a different look with the lace lock. This was something that inspired everybody to rock lace locks in their sneakers. We would take the lace locks off of our jackets. We was putting lace locks every and we was putting lace locks in all of our sneakers. These shoes right here was definitely ahead of its time with this little piece right here. It definitely gave a new meaning to your shoelaces. Definitely made your shoelaces cool. So thank you, Tinker Hatfield, for giving for starring the laces in a sneaker. Also the tongue, he added the 3M reflective tongue. Basically, if you get the right kind of light on there, especially at night, uh, you might be chilling at night, and next thing you know, the car might pass, and that light hits your sneaker. It has that blinding light. You know what I'm saying? It's a real cool look. Definitely a cool look. Ahead of its time. Really, the first sneaker to have to utilize 3M in it. Tinker was definitely in his bag. He was trying to go for the jet fighter aesthetic slash shark aesthetic. That's why he wanted an aggressive sneaker. He wanted an aggressive, basically, it was detailing what Michael Jordan's game was at the time. Jordan was still coming down the lane, slashing, dunking on everything, moving, aerial attack. That's why he kind of wanted the combination of both the shark and the jet fighter, and yeah, ironically, the exact jets that Tinker was inspired by was the Mustang and the Spitfire jet fighters. The Mustang was an American jet fighter, and the Spitfire was actually a British W2 fighter jet. And on the nose, famously on the noses of the planes, they would have the shark teeth, and that's exactly where this aggressive lining right here is basically representing shark teeth slash the teeth of the fighter jet. Definitely a very staying with the motif of aggression. Definitely an aggressive look, and definitely an aggressive line. That Ford basically teeth chomping, basically attacking, chomping, biting, um, and basically destroying the competition. The bottoms, the translucent bottoms, mines are a little got a little bit of, some coloration in it, but Basically, the bottoms were inspired by the another sneaker that is probably one of the rare sneakers in sneakers. Period. The Nike Air Mag, aka the Marty McFlys from the movie Back to the Future, the classic movie, the classic '80s movie. Watched that as a kid, as a little kid in the '80s, and in the uh, in the movie, the Air Mag had a translucent bottom that actually lit up. So Tinker decided to add that aesthetic and add that technology to the Air Jordan 5. So this is the actual first sneaker that actually has a translucent bottom. So this shoe definitely was ahead of the curve. Definitely set up a lot of looks that you would find in the future, such as 3M translucent bottoming, um, basically plastic aesthetic pieces that would go into the shoe. Various sneakers from different, not just Nike but other brands as well, have used a lot of these same moves and technologies and innovations that Tinker Hatfield came up with. Very very cool looking shoe. Got the Nike Air on the back. I mean, it's the only way. Got the Air Jordan upside down, Air Jordan on the tongue. You already know that look. Definitely, like I said, with the lace lock, definitely a cool look. The Jumpman underneath the translucent with the Nike branding on the bottom of the sole. I mean, you got a see-through Nike Air unit in the outsole. Um, you got your ankle support right here. It's kind of unbalanced, so it basically it's more towards the inner ankle than your outer ankle. Just basically just how the design of the sneaker was back then when Tinker put it together. This is a shoe that basically was definitely a social a social uh, basically uh, um, I guess it was a social piece. It was a fashion statement. It made you feel like you was the man in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? If you had a pair of these, and ironically, your boy, a young skinny Hardaway, Mama Hardaway and Papa Hardaway was not feeling paying $89 for their elementary school son to walk around in some basketball shoes. So my mom did the next best thing and took us down to Payless Shoe Store, and this was when the black metallic Air Jordan 5s came out, and so we go down to the store to go downtown to Payless. There they are. They look almost like this, but they were called hoops. They had the netting. They had they didn't have a lace lock, no lace lock, but they had the netting on the tongue. They had a little fake 3M. It was just a grayish tongue. But instead of a jump man, it had one guy going up for a layup and another guy trying to block his shot. And then on the back, instead of Nike Air, it said hoop, real like this big across the back, like hoop. Oh man! And when I say I stepped foot outside, oh yeah, and the translucent bottom was not translucent. It was just looked kind of like a milky gray, and it just said hoop right in here. Oh my goodness, it said hoop here. It was just so embarrassing. I stepped foot on at the bus stop with those on, and I got clowned mercilessly. My brother and I did. So much so that I tried my darnest to try to doctor the back of the shoe, but there was just doctor the shoe up to make them look like Air Jordans. There was just no way. I will say if they have the bootleg sneakers like they have today, I'm not gonna lie. I would definitely be begging Mama Hardaway for a pair of those bootlegs versus wearing those hoops, because I would rather take my chance wearing some Bobos versus wearing some Payless specials. So, but yeah, definitely this was a sneaker that was definitely a head turner, was definitely kind of like a social booster. It kind of almost made you like you were cooler, made you a little bit more popular in a lot of ways. Kind of got you within. It kind of like an in crowd type of shoe. But yeah, this was definitely a sneaker that was a must have. It was so much more of a must have. It was also a must have in the negative because unfortunately during that year, during the 89-90 season, there was an awful huge jump, almost like a national phenomenon across the country of kids getting robbed for their sneakers, getting killed for their sneakers. So much so that Sports Illustrated decided to come up with this cover story, basically talking about your sneakers are your life, and it actually has the Air Jordan 5 on the cover. It was basically a time where if you had a starter jacket, had some Air Jordans, you were probably a prime target to get robbed. That was probably a lot of that played a part in why a lot of kids' parents didn't want their kids having starter jackets or Air Jordans, because it was just a huge amount of kids that were victims of crimes just because of the gear that they were wearing. It still happens to this day, but I would have to say at that time the phenomenon of it was just so stark, and it was so scary. It was to the point where kids definitely had to watch their backs if they had to watch their backs and their feet, basically, if they were wearing a pair of these. So definitely, these were a must have in even the more negative ways. But yeah, this shoe definitely was a weapon that Michael Jordan had. Leaving from the social, let's get on to what MJ actually did on the court in these bad boys. I mean, this dude had a hell of a year. You already know what it is, man. He had what 33.6 points a game, led the league, got another scoring title, 6.9 boards, 6.3 assists, 2.8 steals, which also led the league. So he got his I want to say that was his either his second or third. I want to say this was his third. His third no, my bad. I'm sorry. His second steals title. Um, Michael Jordan was just on a tear that year. He finished third in MVP. He was first team All NBA, first team All NBA defense. He was scoring title. He had the scoring title, steals title. I mean, All Star. Wasn't in no wasn't he was done with the dunk contest by the time the fives came out. He was done with the with dunk contest, but yeah, he was definitely on a run. Famously, when it came to playoff time, and hopefully in the future we'll talk about the weapons when we talk about the weapons of the playoffs. We'll get down to the black metallic Air Jordan 5s. And basically the run that he had in those that culminated with him losing to the Detroit Pistons in 7 games. The Jordan rules, him getting hurt, and Scottie Pippen with the migraines and all that good stuff. But definitely these shoes right here, man. He was definitely on a tear in these. The Air Jordan 4 came in four OG colorways. You had the fire red with with the 3D reflective tongue, but you also had the fire reds, what they call the black tongues. They had the black and red tongue. So you had two fire reds. You had the grapes. The grapes was just kind of just like your secondary, like a secondary colorway, kind of just like just kind of like that offbeat colorway. Actually made famous by Will Smith in his character as the Fresh Prince when he was rocking his grapes with no laces. A few years ago, Nike Jordan brand commemorated that with dropping a few hundred pairs of Air Jordan 5 grapes that actually they came with no laces. So definitely um, a cool cultural status symbol that the Air Jordan was. Um, Man, it was. I mean, this was a shoe that was pretty much the gold standard of sneakers in America and probably around the globe, because by then Air Jordans were just a phenomenon, and these shoes right here were, I mean, drove kids into a frenzy. This shoe right here, it was just so much different than any other basketball sneaker that you could see on the market. I mean, it was just I would say if you were to name some of the Air Jordans that were really, uh, um, you know, market changing, game changing sneakers, I would have to put the Air Jordan 5 right up there with them, because these were definitely a game changer in many ways. Some positive, many positive, and some negative. But yeah, this was a shoe that MJ made famous. I would have to say his best play in these, and you guys look it up. Look this play up, because this play right here, I would have to say it exemplifies the 48-inch vertical. It lets you know what a 48-inch vertical looks like. Michael Jordan dunks on Jack Sigma. Put that in. Put that into your YouTube algorithms. Check out this dunk. He's wearing these in Milwaukee. No dribble. Off one gather step. Rises and rises and rises and dunks on Jack Sigma. Probably one of the more underrated yet nastiest dunks Jordan has ever done in his career. Check out that dunk. I have to say that is the greatest play, and that's what I'm going to try to do as well, is show you guys, or at least tell you guys. I try to show you guys as well the best play that that Jordan has done, and it was definitely in the Air Jordan 5. His best play was definitely, in my opinion, the 48-inch vertical dunk over Jack Sigma in Milwaukee. Check out that dunk. I'm telling you, man, check it out. Check it out, definitely. This is a shoe that Jordan made famous with his play. Tinker Hatfield, the innovation, the ingenuity, just the forward thinking, to take an idea and turn it into this work of art. This is basically one of the pairs of shoes that just basically solidified Tinker Hatfield as the greatest sneaker creator, designer ever. He is the GOAT, definitely. There's nobody. You can name any designer, they just can't touch him. If they've done anything, Tinker's probably already tried it. He's probably already innovated it, and you're just probably just making a remix of it. That's how ahead of his time he was. But yeah, definitely kudos to him. Definitely kudos to you guys as well for sticking in with your boy, man. It's another Wear Your Sneaker Friday. It's the end of the week, you guys, man. We finished strong. Your boy kind of did some goofball stuff, mixing up Wednesday and Thursday, but you guys still rock with your boy. Definitely appreciate you guys. It's the weekend. Hey, I just always ask you guys to be safe, be responsible, be respectful, love on them babies, love on your family, Love on your loved ones. Tomorrow is not promised. You know, do the right things out there. You already know, clear head and good intentions in your heart. You can go far. You can go wherever you want. Just make sure you guys love on each other. Make sure you guys don't do anything stupid. Have fun. Do it in moderation. No drinking, no driving. Cam, you stay out of trouble. Man, you guys just have a good weekend, and we'll reconvene right back here Monday, man. We'll get it cracking. Man, you guys enjoy your weekends. And you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Skinny Hardaway. And this is another episode of Retro Heat Check in the books. And I guess I'll leave you with these words. Peace. And wear your sneakers.